Today we're here for one day in Dusseldorf, Germany, a city known for a unique type of beer as well as a special type of cuisine that's unique to this city in Germany. Follow us along to find out if a day trip to Dusseldorf is worth it. So one of the unique things that Dusseldorf is known for is actually mustard. And yes, you heard me right, mustard. While mustard might be synonymous with Germany to some people, Dusseldorf mustard actually has its own EU protection, so it makes it extra special here in Germany. And we're gonna head to a shop right now and hopefully try some. So now we're in the mustard shop and they have like 20 different ones you can try, but some of these are really unique, like coconut curry. I've just never seen a mustard like this, so I'm really excited to try it. Ooh, that one is super unique. I like it. They also have a red wine and plum, cherry one, garlic, dill. There are so many different ones here that you can try. So we're gonna keep trying a few of them and then maybe get some to take with us. So right now we're here at the Königsallee in Düsseldorf, and it's this still body of water that sits right between Little Tokyo and the Old Town Center. It's this little spot of green right in the middle of the city. There are ducks swimming and flying around here. It's just very peaceful. And while it is surrounded by a lot of high-end shops and hotels, places we will not be visiting on this day trip to Düsseldorf, it's just a nice area of the city to relax, enjoy this beautiful day. And a little interesting note is that the bridges, like the one behind me here, actually used to be used to cross into the city of Düsseldorf, and people coming into the city to sell their goods actually had to pay a tax or a fee to get into the city center. So a little historical note in this beautiful area. One of the things I'm absolutely loving about Düsseldorf is the fact that the Rhine River cuts right through the city. And it gives the city, especially right here in the Old Town, a unique vibe with a ton of restaurants and bars lining the river. Obviously, the river has played a major role in the history of Düsseldorf as well as its economy today. But I just love that Düsseldorf has something unique like this. And when these restaurants are completely packed and full of people just enjoying a drink or a meal right along the river in the sun, I can imagine it's just a wonderful time. Another interesting point down by the river here is the Rhine Tower behind me here. It's the communications tower, and you can actually head up to the top. They have an observation deck as well as a restaurant. And an interesting fact about it is that it's actually the world's tallest digital clock. So a little something unique and interesting. Another thing I noticed across the river here that really surprised me is that there appears to be about 100 sheep just grazing on the banks of the Rhine River. Not something I expected right in the middle of Düsseldorf, and I'm really curious as if they're always here or if this is something just this time of year or what's really going on. So if you know that, drop it in the comments. Dusseldorf's famous Carlsplatz market is home to more than 60 stalls selling fruit, vegetables, cheese, flowers, and more types of potatoes than we even knew existed. While we didn't get anything, it's definitely worth wandering through if you're in the area. So we decided to get out of the center of Düsseldorf and head to the Hofgarten, Düsseldorf's Central Park. It's actually Germany's first and oldest public park. It's a great area right in the center of Düsseldorf to just come, relax, and enjoy a little bit of green space. And if you're traveling with a kid like we are, we highly recommend going to the playground here because it's a ton of fun for children of all ages. Another interesting thing about the Hofgarten here in Düsseldorf is that it's filled with wildlife, and particularly birds. There's swans, geese, ducks, and lots of other birds right when you come in from the Old Town. It's kind of a unique thing that you don't see in a lot of parks here in Germany. While we know churches aren't everyone's favorite thing to visit in Europe, we decided to stop in the Basilica de Saint Lambertus here in Düsseldorf just to see what it was like. It's free to go in, so I would say why not do it, but it's definitely not one of the most beautiful churches we've ever visited. But again, it's free and it is pretty nice, so why not stop because it's right in the Old Town. Plus, the little square that it's in is really beautiful with these old historic buildings, and I'm just loving the green shutters right up against these brick buildings. So one fun fact about Dusseldorf's Old Town is that it's affectionately known as the longest bar in the world. Now, it's not one actual bar that's super long, but there are over 300 bars in just this small area in the Old Town. So we're gonna head to one now and try a beer that's famous from Dusseldorf. Let's go. So Dusseldorf is most famous for its Altbier, a special type of beer from Dusseldorf. And we're here at Rhine Brewery to try it out. I'm really excited because I do not drink dark beer very often here in Germany. Prost. Oh, that's really good. It's actually a lot lighter than I thought it was. It's smooth, has a little bit of a malty taste. I like the clear copper color. This is absolutely delicious. I honestly expected a little bit more of an amber, but the alt beer is fantastic. I like that it comes in these smaller glasses, and what I've been told is that if you keep drinking, they'll just keep bringing it out until you're all done and put your coaster on top. So let's see how many we're gonna have before we decide to put our coaster on top. One thing that they're known for here at the brewery is traditional German bar food, and one of those things is a hard-boiled egg. Now what you're supposed to do is actually cut it open, remove the yolk, and then mash it up, pour a little bit of oil and vinegar on it, and then put it back in the yolk. So it looks a little something like this, perhaps a little bit prettier, but I'm really excited to try it. Never quite had anything exactly like this, unless it's just basically like a deviled egg, but traditional German bar food. It's really interesting. Not much to it, but with that little bit of olive oil and vinegar, it's really good. Just basically 2 hard-boiled eggs. So again, not much to it, but pairs very well with the Altbier. So we also just got bread with Gouda cheese, a tomato, and then I loaded mine with mustard because, of course, mustard, being from Dusseldorf, why not do it? And I love mustard. Nice spicy mustard, really good. But I'm gonna say the bread and cheese remind me of the meal served in the hospital to Becca after giving birth. Something super plain and really just not very good. But the mustard and bread, good for the bar. So one more fun fact about this bar is that it's allegedly the oldest bar here in Dusseldorf, dating back to the late 1600s. Now, I'm about to finish my first alt beer, and we're gonna see if they come and bring out a second if I don't put a coaster on it. A little too much for one. Let's see if he comes. So right on cue, I finished that. The waiter came out, brought another full beer. Very excited to try it. And one thing I love about it, and I love about an authentic German pub like this, is that they actually just mark on here the number of beers you've had so you know exactly what to pay. This is how much the food was, $7.75 for both a little bit of bread with Gouda cheese and a tomato, as well as the 2 eggs, and then our 3 beers. So I love when bars in Germany do this. The unique cuisine that Dusseldorf is actually known for is not anything German. It's actually Japanese food. And that's because outside of Japan, it's the 3rd largest Japanese community behind London and Paris. And there's an entire part of the city actually called Little Tokyo. And we're gonna go head there now. While there are so many options to choose from, especially compared to other cities in Germany, Becca found the phenomenal Takezo ramen bar where the ramen absolutely did not disappoint. But we weren't done there and headed to Namu Cafe to get their famous bingsu dessert. This Korean dessert is made of finely shaved ice and loaded with a variety of toppings. We got the matcha flavor, and while it wasn't particularly hot outside, it definitely hit the spot. As happens in Germany, we got caught in the rain. But luckily, the famous Schumacher Brewery was right around the corner. It dates back to 1838 and exudes that authentic, old German charm right when you step in. They're also famous for their Altbier, which tasted just slightly different from the one we had earlier. And the same concept applies here with the coaster on top when you're done. But be quick, because the servers are fast to serve you another one if you don't. So right here I have a famous liqueur from Dusseldorf. It's called Killepitch. It's 42% alcohol and dates all the way back to 1858. And it's made with over 90 different spices, herbs, and fruits. So we've had things like this in Goslar, Germany before that we've liked, and I'm really excited to try this one because I love these little historical things from different cities across Germany. Woo! That is definitely alcoholic. You can taste it, but be aware because it definitely has a little bit of a bite to it. Now, one thing I'm gonna say is that while we only spent a day in Dusseldorf, you could definitely spend at least 2 days and a night, or even 2 nights and a full weekend here. There seems to be so much to explore that we only scratched the surface. We would love to come back and spend more time here. So if there are things we missed, make sure to drop those in the comments because we're gonna definitely come back here one day. But in the meantime, check out the other videos popping up on the screen while I finish this.